Imagine if a person when he says something, then how will be? And a Hollywood movie was which is called A Quiet Place. 2020, A Quiet Place released second part and movie was introduced by John Krasinski. And he is a main character in the first part of Quiet Place. 026. And you don't worry, I will both parties it, so let's start. Hey guys, I am a noob and welcome to my channel. This video, this White Place Cinema. A man named Lee went shop to some things. But all that was TV. A big blast happened and they thought their Santa. If it's not a incident, no anyways, Lee then won a place where his wife Evelyn. Actually, they're a baseball match where Lee's son, Marcus, has played. Lee's daughter, Reagan, but we can't her. She is the game and sitting his friend named Emmett. So that was a normal day. But surprisingly, Marcus has a kind of a face and then everyone sees it. If it's a face or what, nobody knows. But that thing is us. That game is closed and whoever home, Lee a police officer, what actually happened. And that moment a strange creature attacks him. Lee's daughter takes Reagan to shop, because they don't know what happened. The side, his wife, Evelyn, her two sons. So Lee and some other people had in a shop. But that time, that creature came. Everyone was quiet, but suddenly phone rang and that animal attacked them. A police though with a shotgun, but it failed. And this we can understand that the animals is very hard. Then Lee. She goes and the real story begins here. The whole world has a post-apocalyptic angle. Meaning everything wrong. Lee goes to a shopping mall to some things. But a small boy named Boo buys a Canla plane for and so there no word in Lee the Canla. Then they quietly walk a forest road and such a time Lee the Canla. That child's has discharged and the creature comes and the small bee dies, then rest the people surviving somehow. Lee the creature that its weakness. And we can know that this animal cannot put its small words. So you should know that no sound be. 309. Lee tries to communicate with through on the hand. Lee's wife Evelyn was the authority. And they that new guest. Fact, a child will and he will and sound will to that see a box in which they the and they will supply oxygen so that the voice. 337. They're that kid. As I said, their daughter and her husband Reagan can't, that's Lee has made an hearing aid meaning hearing aid. But Reagan really can't anything. Anyway, then we some great moments. As I said, Evelyn was last one. And its delivery time has there was only one in their house and pray gets stuck. But he any sound in the side, has problem and a child is born. The scene was so intense that the creature came in that time, Evelyn to her child in his mouth. She the hospital and her wife. They their child in oxygen mask and at the box. Reagan on he was in and he in face. Because the front of was the scary one. And we can see a miracle scene in the Reagan's father a connoisseur. That's how everyone's frequency is made. Which the animal can't listen to. Like I small. But that frequency makes them sick. And the animal runs but their bad time doesn't go away. Reagan and his brother Marcus. He was outside where the animal was front of them. They had to but their father Lee came and sacrificed so that son and daughter could, so he was up and his wife killed and the son and daughter were saved. Then they home where his mother was alone. The wife was in of him. And Reagan realized the weakness of. Meaning to excessive frequency of sound and that increases the animals, then a wonderful sound is made, which animal is quickly doing and its body is as the inner part of meaning the weak spot and Evelyn a shotgun, but he any sound in the side, has problem and a child is born. The scene was so intense that the creature came in that time, Evelyn to her child in his mouth. She the hospital and her wife. They their child in oxygen mask and at the box. Reagan on he was in and he in face. Because the front of was the scary one. And we can see a miracle scene in the Reagan's father a connoisseur. That's how everyone's frequency is made. Which the animal can't listen to. Like I small. But that frequency makes them sick. And the animal runs but their bad time doesn't go away. Reagan and his brother Marcus. He was outside where the animal was front of them. They had to but their father Lee came and sacrificed so that son and daughter could, so he was up and his wife killed and the son and daughter were saved. Then they home where his mother was alone. The wife was in of him. And Reagan realized the weakness of. meaning to excessive frequency of sound, and that increases the animals, then a wonderful sound is made, which animal is quickly doing, and its body is as the inner part of, meaning the weak spot, and Evelyn a shotgun. Then the Evelyn an oxygen cylinder for her baby. Reagan on here radio and amplifier, which is used to high frequency. They out and other survivors, meaning those them. Then they railway. And a person was there and keeping eye on an offense. They run but Marcus runs an animal trap. The scene was very intense. The animal traps were very strong and Marcus was bleeding from but Evelyn holding tight so that no sound can if the animal comes to. Then Regan, with his earphones, able to. A high frequency sound was made and the animal was there, and in the event Evelyn him. If that shotgun alerted other animals and they escaped other in a factory and a human helped them there. They all a basement which was airtight, that they make no sound will go. The human who saved them was called Emmett. And this was the friend of that we saw first. He little alcohol addict who was the feet of so that there no infection from but Reagan his radio again. But they a private channel where a song was played. The song was Beyond the Sea. Girls know that kind of song has been on that channel, but Reagan has a hope, and it seems that this song is a possible signal. Where people can Reagan then the radio station and finds out this broadcast is from. Meaning where the radio channel is operated. An island and a lamp, and it seems that where the radio station is. But he Reagan's words. That's he some documents out to for the radio station. And later when his mother Evelyn found out about she Emmett to her daughter. First all, daughter, Reagan, could not. There are also dangerous animals. Reagan a place where a train had accident. And some sound comes from and the creature comes front of Reagan slows that frequency, but at the right time Emmett with his sniper rifle. Emmett knows that his mother very worried, but Reagan doesn't to home. Until then, that place. Evelyn is also going because she to some medicine. His son Marcus is unto his girl. But that day a terrible incident happened. Evelyn is some medicine and oxygen from the side, his son Marcus was of the but he made S3 and got in some noise and the animal came. Marcus support his younger brother in the bunker. The other side, Emmett and Reagan are present to a mess. But some people them there. The people were very ruthless. Meaning, those who Emmett there, the and went away from but Reagan into the water and Emmett and the leader of he him a knife and the people are scared and gun comes. They by them. Emmett and Reagan were in the water. But the animals could kill them. Emmett understands that the animals can cut the wire. And they both a knife and go on the hand. Evelyn back place, noticed that the animals were attacking her. Her son Marcus and his son Shishuti were scared and in the bunker. Because it was airtight and they have oxygen. Evelyn then distracts an animal and Evelyn and runs there with some kind of flag. Reagan and Emmett are in and that the island that Reagan for so long. That the song was broadcast we can lot people there. Actually, a colony has that living a normal life. Because it was an island. There was water and the animals could swim in, but the next morning, Emmett was in hurry but he noticed that a broken boat had that place. And realized that an animal had to that island. He everyone and the animal. The leader of Emmett and Reagan were taken to a place. That is the radio control room, but the animal kills and here we that to back. On one side we that Evelyn and her son have of the animal way. The other side, Emmett and Reagan are the radio control room where they are looking. Reagan is little bit noisy and the animal goes but Emmett gets very angry but there Reagan a smart thing. He on loudspeakers and the machine with the mic that was floor. Sound was so that the frequency of so high that the was around. On the other side, Evelyn, Marcus, had same channel on. The high frequency is heard, which is in the animal is also heard and Marcus's father's pistol. Reagan on side. The animal dies there. And they are saved the ends here. And possibly another part will be released. Because we can see that people the weakness of meaning they can't cut the branch. They the high frequency sounds. Also, a radio broadcast can done which he communicate anyways.